Good evening. Brent here with Dragonflatus Games, and I've got the second installment from one of the lots I purchased from Sam H's collection. First and foremost, again, I just want to say I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity to have picked up these cards. I feel like it was sort of just right time, right place, and it's actually two lots. I had originally purchased these, everything except the lands, and then I had asked if he had, I think I was asking for like a Lake of the Dead and a couple other land cards, and he didn't have them, but he put together another lot of some other lands that he thought I might be interested in, these lands here, and I was. So anyhow, all of this came together, and I just wanted to take a little bit to just appreciate it. You know, you don't see a lot of cards like this anymore, this history from Magic. You know, in part, some of these are reserve lists, and then also in part, I feel like the state of Magic has changed. It's changing quite a bit, you know, with, you know, shiny collector stuff and Universes Beyond, and you know, I think it's got its pros and its cons, but it's just different. So I wanted to, you know, just appreciate some of the history, some of the, I guess, the origins of where Magic came from, because it's such a different flavor, you know, and you don't really consider it in light of just the fast pace production of all these new sets and whatnot. It's just kind of lost, and I think, you know, it's just a matter of time. There'll probably be a revival, and maybe there is kind of like a slow revival of reserve list cards, because a lot of that stuff has been stagnant for a while now. But things like, you know, Grim Monolith, too generic, does not untap during your untap phase. Tap, add 3 colorless mana to your mana pool. Play this ability as a mana source, 4 generic to untap. Grim Monolith. A popular staple in CEDH now, but you're not going to see more printings of that. This bad boy was actually a big reason why I purchased the lot. Phyrexian Dreadnought. 12/12 with Trample for 1 generic. When Phyrexian Dreadnought comes into play, sacrifice any number of creatures with total power of 12 or more, or bury Phyrexian Dreadnought. Got some ideas for an aristocrat that I want to stick this dude in. But just look at these, you know, Onslaught fetch lands. Man, just beautiful. I also unsleeve these from the hard plastic cases they were in. They were like in packages within a package, and like I said, the first attempt to do this video got cut off, so that's why a lot of the stuff is, well, it's all out of the harder sleeves, because that's what I did in the first video. Couple Vorax Strongholds. Also a reserve list. Tap, add 1 colorless mana to your mana pool. 1 generic and a black. Tap, put target creature card from your graveyard on top of your library. Such a spicy card. City of Traders. I remember back in the day with Exodus, and you would open this card, and it was such a bummer. Such a bummer. And now This thing is, I don't know what, around like $400 or something like that. It's just, man, how things change with time. Scorched Ruins. I'm actually surprised this isn't more valuable than it is. When it comes into play, sacrifice 2 untapped lands or bury Scorched Ruins. Tap, add 4 colorless mana to your mana pool. You can make some action happen quick with this bad boy. Bristic Studies, 4 copies. Doesn't really need an explanation. This is the classic. Prophecy Printing. Do you pay the one? Man. Crucible of Worlds. This is another reason why I picked up the slot. I actually wanted a copy of this for a Necrobloom deck that I'm working on. And I'm happy to have a copy from someone that I imagine is a pretty cool dude. You know, I like to play with cards that are a little more worn, you know, especially when I know the history, when I know the people that they came from. Just gives a little more meaning to the build. Myosynth Lattice. Myosynth Golem. Cabal Coffers. It's just awesome stuff, man. Season of the Witch on All Hallows Eve. Maybe we'll just end on this. Just the flavor, man, when you look at these cards. It's beautiful. Beautiful piece of history. Again, Sam H., a heartfelt thanks. I really appreciate the opportunity to pick these cards up from you. And I'm stoked to share the next video of the squirrel lot that you put together for me. Much appreciated. Peace.